Hello everyone, Ed Runner Gaming HD. Welcome to a very, very special Let's Play series. This is a Let's Play series that is 20 years in the making. This is a Let's Play series that I have been looking forward to for a very long time. I questioned if I would ever get to play this game on my channel. You see, there was a time where I was looking to try to get a hold of a physical copy of the Metal Gear Solid HD collection for the Xbox, because that game is backwards compatible for the Xbox One. It's the only way at that time to play Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3, along with the original Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. I was never able to get a hold of a physical copy because, one, physical copies in my area are extremely hard to come by, and two, I am not paying upwards to $100 just to play freaking Metal Gear Solid. Sorry, I'm not paying up to $100 for a physical copy just to play Metal Gear. But I always wanted to at least try to get a hold of it at the best I could do. I wondered if I would ever be able to play this game on my channel. Now, I've stated before, I do own Metal Gear Solid 5. As a matter of fact, I own the definitive experience on PlayStation 4, which comes with all the DLC, Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, online, everything. It comes with everything the game has ever come out with. Now, I could have started my Metal Gear Solid journey with Metal Gear Solid 5, but I decided against that. I decided I wanted to do things a bit different. Instead of jumping into Metal Gear Solid 5, why not turn the clock back and go way back all the way to the beginning? The reason why I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 3 is 3 reasons, actually. Number one, this game is turning 20 years old this year, and I figured it's only fitting for the 20th anniversary if I play this. Number two, my friend Orbital Sigma has begged the ever-loving shit out of me to play Metal Gear. Now, he was wanting me to play Metal Gear Solid 5. I think I topped that for now by playing this one instead. Number 3, I know a lot of people are going to get really fucking mad at what I'm about to say, and I was so terribly sorry. I'm going to come out and say it. I've never played a Metal Gear game. That's right, you heard me correct. I've never played a Metal Gear game. I've never played Metal Gear 1. I've never played Metal Gear 2. I've never played Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Metal Gear Solid 4, Special Ops, VR, Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm not counting Metal Gear Survive. Fuck that game. I've never played a Metal Gear game. Ever. I have played games in the past that had Snake in it. I did play Super Smash Bros. Melee, the first one, way back in the past when Snake was in that game. I played games where Snake was in the game, but I never played the game that he's most synonymous with. A lot of it is my fault that I never got around to playing a Metal Gear game. Most of it is my fault. You know, I've had so many opportunities to get a hold of Metal Gear Metal Gear, the original Metal Gears, or Metal Gear Solid. I've had so many opportunities in my life to get a hold of this game, and I just never fucking did it. And maybe it was the fact that at the time my mind wasn't thinking about Metal Gear, like my mind was on different things, and I just never got around to getting a hold of Metal Gear and playing it on my channel. I've been on this planet for nearly 30 years. This year, 2024, in October, I'm going to be turning 30 years old. I don't know how much time I have left on this planet, left to live. I made a promise to myself that one day in my life, I'm going to play Metal Gear Solid. And what better way to start off with the third one? The third one, in chronological order, is the very first Metal Gear ever in terms of story. This is where Metal Gear Solid started it all. This is the prequel to all the events that happened in all the other games. So I'm playing Metal Gear Solid in chronological order. It goes Metal Gear Solid 3, and then I believe Special Ops, which I can only get that on Xbox One, and I do plan on getting that somewhere down the line, and possibly playing that. I believe there was a Metal Gear Solid game after that, but it's only on mobile, and I'm not going to freaking... I'm not going to try to buy it on my phone. I'm not going to try to play it on my phone because I don't have any way to freaking record it, so I'm probably going to have to skip out on that one. Then there's Metal Gear Solid 1. I believe Metal Gear... Metal Gear Solid 1. Or was it 5? It might have been 5. I don't know. It's been a little while since I looked at the chronological order of Metal Gear games. But I do know for a fact Metal Gear Solid 3 is the very, very beginning. And, let me confirm this. Alright, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Oh, man. I can't believe I'm here in 2024 playing Metal Gear Solid 3. If you told me, Edge Runner, you're going to be playing Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater on your channel, I would think to myself, how the hell did I get a hold of a physical copy for the Xbox One? Because that's the only damn way I know to play this game. And then the Master Collection got announced. And originally when it was first announced, I was so fucking heartbroken when they said it was only for Xbox Series S and X and PS5. I was so fucking heartbroken because it's like, damn it, I know these games can run on a PS4 and Xbox One. It's my only chance to be able to get a hold of these games, and they're only for the freaking next-gen systems. Now, it didn't come to Xbox One. But when I found out that this game, and Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid are on the PlayStation 4, oh, you know I just had to go and pick up Metal Gear Solid. Now, I don't have Metal Gear Solid 1, I don't have Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 1 does come with Metal Gear 1 and 2. I don't own those as of yet, but I do plan to pick them up down the line. So far, the only Metal Gear Solid games I own is this one, and Metal Gear Solid 5, the Definitive Edition. But I do want to pick up the other ones down the line, if I can. Shy, I know I'm probably going to hear from you again. I know you have begged me for the longest fucking time to play Metal Gear. This is a special moment for my channel. This is not just an ordinary Let's Play series. This is a special moment for me, for my history with gaming, and for my channel overall. So, for a special moment, I got me a special drink. This is good old Prime glowberry flavored. I've never tried this flavor. I've had the cherry, but I never got the glowberry. So I'm interested to see what this tastes like. Let me try it again. It's pretty good, but I prefer the cherry flavor. Just a teeny little bit. I prefer the cherry flavor a little bit more. This is pretty good though, but I prefer the cherry flavor. Alright, enough about that. Let's get into Metal Gear Solid. 1964, Virtuous Mission, Operation Snake Eater. The story that tells the beginning of the epic saga. It covers the events of both Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater, detailing how the man codenamed Naked Snake earned the title of Big Boss. In addition to hiding in the shadows, players can use uniforms and face paint as camouflage to blend in with their surroundings. And I did hear that this game is one of the most attention to detail games ever made, by the way. That's what my friend Shy told me, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, I got it on English. Man, that's freaking loud. Okay, that's just a patch note. Alright. I'm gonna be playing the North American version. English. Oh man. I've been looking forward to this for so freaking long. Let's go. Konami. Konami. Don't get me started on you. Blue Point! Hey! This is pretty much the HD collection from PS3 ported over to PlayStation 4. Alright. Alright. Blood. We're gonna leave that on. Reverse. I'll leave it on normal. Camera mode. Third person. Captions are on. Real-time cutscenes, full screen, letterbox. I'll leave it on full screen. I swear, if there's block scenes in this game, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I swear. There better not be. There better not be. Alright. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid series for the first time. I like MGS1. I like MGS2. I like MGS3. I'm assuming these are the difficulties. Now, I could put it on MGS series for the first time, but I'm assuming that's the easy mode. So, if I'm playing Metal Gear Solid, I gotta do what my friend Shy would tell me to do. Play it on the hardest difficulty. Oh. Never mind. I thought that was the difficulty settings. Okay. I'm playing it for the first time then. Alright. And I'm gonna be playing this on hard mode. May God have mercy on my soul. Here we go! After the end of World War II. Okay.
The world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Hey, David Hayter. So nice to hear your voice. Konami presents. Oh yeah, real quick. Fuck you, Konami. Holy shit, that's loud. I am using the quote-unquote real PlayStation 4 controller, even though it's not really an authentic one. But screw it, it'll do for now. I'm having to lower the freaking difficulty, not the difficulty, but the volume. I ain't lowering the difficulty. I intend to play this on hard mode. No matter how pissed off I get. 5:30 a.m., August 24th, 1964. Pakistani airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Hideo Kojima. Hey, there's our man.
That cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Ooh. Slow motion on the cigar. Okay. Got the mask on. My controller was shaking like crazy there.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Oh, bright light.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour.
Damn,
Try not to
that's
get
fast.
from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books.
Hey, Halo reference.
10 seconds to
which is
drop
the
off.
car.
Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
and fly. God be with you.
All right. And I'm free. Do. Free falling. Directed by Hideo Kojima.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the virtuous mission.
Virtuous. Okay.
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Nikolai.
Head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
That's right. They were the first ones to do it, not us.
No god.
Well spoken.
It wasn't the Americans that were the first ones to go to space. It was the Russians.
A1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind.
Afraid of the power that he made.
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first, and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards.
Back when the Berlin
I
Wall
was
was
the
still
one who
standing.
conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
Uh-oh.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh, man.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust.
But it was
But in
very
order to
close
get the
to
Soviets
happening,
pull their
though.
missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
He's a very
What the hell
important
was he
man.
working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon
Looks like
so big
Meteor
that
Crater
Khrushchev
right
was ready to
there.
pull out of Cuba.
In Arizona?
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place
I
in the mountains
cannot
3
pronounce.
miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
Virgin Cliffs.
Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
So I'm assuming this is Operation Get Sokolov. Alright, looks like we're going back to gameplay. Man, what a trip through time right there. I'll wait until I'm able to pause the game, and then I'm gonna give my my opinions on what we just saw. I don't want to pause it right now because I don't want to risk skipping anything.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west.
Oh. Okay. So a first-person point of view there.
Before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
What? Parachute out?
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
Damn.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Man, oh man. Careful. Ah! Rough landing. Hi. All right. Snake, played by David Hayter.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in.
Oh,
From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
okay.
Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will
Ground
be a
control
sneaking
to
mission.
Major
You must not be
Tom.
seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt
Okay.
for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button.
Okay.
I'll be
Little
monitoring your
fourth wall
progress
break
over the radio.
there.
We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85.
140.85.
I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you.
Okay.
If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Alright. Oh man, here I am, actual gameplay in Metal Gear Solid for the very first time in my life. My god. Okay, let me pause here. Ooh. Can I save? I don't think there's any way to. Alright, well maybe the game will autosave for me, but everything that we just saw there, yeah, I remember quite a bit about the, excuse me, I remember quite a bit about the Cuban Missile Crisis. We came extremely close to nuclear war. In my opinion, that's the closest we ever got to an actual nuclear war. Had JFK not gave in and not complied to their demands, I probably would not be sitting here recording this video right now. Humanity would have been completely fucking annihilated. We all would have died, and, well, where I'd be sitting right now would probably be nothing but frickin' radioactive waste. Luckily, that didn't happen. Luckily, we're still here. We avoided nuclear war. That's the closest we ever got to nuclear war. I really hope that as long as I'm on this planet, I don't live to see nuclear war. I don't want to live long enough to see the Earth explode via nuclear bombs. I hope that never happens in my lifetime. I really hope I don't live to see that. If I live to be 100, as long as the Earth doesn't implode in a ball of flames because of freaking nuclear explosions, I'm good. Look at this viewer. Ooh. Alright. But how do I, okay. Alright.
Snake, first you need to find that backpack you lost on the way down. Your backpack got caught on a tree to the north. Try heading in that direction.
Alright. Guess there's no way to, guess there's no way for me to save the game. No. Alright. Well, maybe the game will auto-save. Hopefully. I can only hope. I mean, I hope I'm not going to be here for like 2 to 3 freaking hours or something. Because it is almost 3 in the morning my time. I gotta say, for a game ported over to PlayStation 4 that came out 20 years ago, this don't look that bad. Like, this actually looks pretty damn good. Okay, come on. I know I can get over that. No? Okay. Alright, that's alright. No, get up. Get up. Okay. Okay, I go this way then. I thought I could jump over that rock, but apparently not. Alright. Climb up. Uh-oh. Try that again. My first time ever playing a Metal Gear game, so bear with me. Alright. Ah! Oh, okay, never mind, I got it.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your
fauna
from
Hololive.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Attention to detail.
The suppressor's durability is shown in the icon. Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're
I'll
a ghost,
try my
Snake,
best.
in every sense of the word. And there'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet
Hello.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
Bingo.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
Okay.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
Okay.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one
Thank
more person
you.
I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Okay.
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
Damn.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I
You
can.
kept track of the
I know
time the
all
last
about
time
you.
you two talked?
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's
Ain't that a
good might be
fucking
tomorrow's
fact?
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
Boom.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My
All right.
frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Understandable.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Alright. Alright. Let me see.
Saving the game, Snake?
Yes, please. Alright. Good, good, good.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
Yes, I have.
Oh, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
I've seen it.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Love
test, huh?
Godzilla.
The Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait
Or
40
watch
years,
it
you might be able to see it
online.
in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
Damn!
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of
Wait,
course. Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I'll wait till they're
I
done.
don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
I
Not
am.
Really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's
That's a
always good to
fact.
be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Alright. Man, 2004 marked the 50th anniversary of the original Japanese release of Godzilla. Since this game is now 20 years old and it's 2024, that means that Godzilla, the very first one, the Japanese release, came out 1954. It's 2024, so it's been 70 fucking years since Godzilla came out. Holy crap! Wow! 70 years since the original black and white Godzilla first came into our world. You know what? Just on that fact, I'm gonna make an admission this year to watch the original Godzilla film for the 70th anniversary. I'm gonna sit down and watch the original film. I'm gonna see if I can find the Japanese version with English subtitles, and I'm gonna watch that, and then I'll watch the American version afterwards. Which my friend Shai is probably gonna at me watching the American version. But hey, you know, I gotta watch both of them. I gotta watch those movies now. Knowing that it's the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, I gotta watch Godzilla sometime this year. Hell, I might even freaking watch it tomorrow if I can find it. If I can find the original film, sure, I'll freaking watch it. Oh man, I hate to have to call it here, but I'm gonna have to call it here around the 1 hour mark. I know my friend Orbital Sigma is gonna be like, no, keep recording, keep playing. I would, but it's really freaking late. I gotta get some sleep. It's actually, it is 3 in the morning. I need to get to sleep, and I think this is a good stopping point. Thank God the game allowed me to save, because my friend Shai, Orbital Sigma, he did tell me that Metal Gear Solid games had a tendency to have extremely long openings. So I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be able to save my game. And I was thinking to myself, man, if I got to be here for hours and hours and hours, I'm going to be recording till the freaking sun comes up before I get to save my game. But luckily, I'm able to save it here. This marks the conclusion of my first Let's Play video of a Metal Gear game in the history of my channel and in my life. Thank you all so much for watching. Edge Runner Gaming HD. I have a feeling that this is going to be one hell of a Let's Play series. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you're looking forward to it as well. Edge Runner Gaming HD signing out. Peace. Stay safe. Have a great rest of the day or night. And I'll see you in my next video, whatever that may be. Let me get me one more drink. Like I said, this isn't that bad. This one isn't that bad, but I prefer the cherry flavor. Just a little bit over that. They're both pretty good though. Anyways, that's it for this video. Goodbye, everyone.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard. But now you're gonna leave with nothing but a sign. Another evening I'll be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time.